How does it feel to finally be on opening day?
It feels great, very exciting.
And you guys have been doing a press tour for this that's almost like an epic caravan through the entire North America.
Yeah.
How grueling has it been, and how excited are people for the movie?
People seem to be really excited. Yeah, they have us flying. We hit many cities in very few nights. You wake up, you don't know where you are, or what time zone you're in, and you just kind of go and you get it done. So, and today's the last day, so I'm happy for the movie to come out.
I'm sure. In this movie, you play Brian Drew, and he's the incumbent quarterback coming off of a knee injury, and I think he's worried the team's going to draft kind of a young hotshot.
Yeah.
And how did you connect with that character?
Well, I like the idea that he's fighting for his way of life, and he is coming back with, in the best shape of his life, ready to take the team further than it's ever been before. And now they're going to, they're going to draft this, or he thinks they're going to draft this young quarterback. He does nothing against that quarterback, but he's unproven. And they're going to bring in, and that kind of, there's ripple effects throughout the film. Nobody really wants this new guy except the owner, and Kevin has to deal with all the ramifications.
I just can't help but think this is a parallel for exactly what's going on now with Johnny Manziel and Johnny Football. He's so polarizing. Is he going to be the top pick in the draft or the bottom of the first round? And how will he impact a team? Have people been making those Johnny Football comparisons a lot?
I've been hearing it a lot, and one of the things you'll find in draft day is sometimes it's not that a team wants to even choose him, it's that they can leverage that pick to get more down the road. That was something that the film touches on that I didn't recognize so much.
Did you ever think you'd know this much about the inner workings of like behind the scenes of an NFL team than you do now?
No, never. It's been really cool. I got to visit the Browns training camp, and that was a lot of fun to see those guys. I mean, I knew they were going to be big, but they're fast, a lot faster than I thought.
Imagine that running at you
No.
at full speed.
No.
Yeah, that's quarterbacks running for their life.
Yeah. I don't want to be on set doing a scene and thinking that there's a guy running at me and has to be blocked, and that's a lot of craziness.
I mean, but you are not a stranger to doing roles that are, really physically taxing. You were Superman for 10 years on Smallville. How does it compare doing something like that where you have to be in buff shape, be jacked up like a superhero as opposed to an NFL quarterback?
Well, it's fun when you have a stunt double to do the heavy stuff. A lot of these quarterbacks in the NFL don't have stunt doubles.
Tom, you're smart. Smart man there to go the acting route. I guess what would you prefer, action heroes or athletes for future roles?
I think if I could make a choice, probably athletes, because they make human choices and they're more grounded. And a lot of these athletes sort of seem superhuman in a lot of ways too. I mean, they're able to do things that none of us else can do. So it's pretty crazy stuff.
I think a lot of people believe that given the history of Cleveland's football and the fact that you guys are making this movie, that it may be poking fun a little bit at the franchise. I mean, if you are a Cleveland fan and today it's Friday night, you got nothing to do, why should you go see this movie that may be making fun of your team?
Well, to prove that it's not, I think. I think this film hopefully will give Cleveland hope. I think that good things can happen out of, situations that seem to not have so much of a future. I wish them nothing but the best, and I want to say thank you because they really let us in and open with open arms, and they let me go and throw out first pitch and everything. It was really fun.
That's
I
cool.
like the city. Yeah.
Was there a lot of pressure for that?
Yeah.
First pitch?
Yeah.
What'd you go with, like slider, fastball, or
no,
just pray it gets over the plate?
Just get it over the plate, nice and easy. Yeah.
For the other actors in this movie, I mean, it's loaded. So who was your favorite to do a scene with? Because we had Dennis Leary on during the Super Bowl, and he essentially just took over our show, found his camera, and just went off for about 10 minutes. Yeah. Who was your favorite to act with?
I think Kevin, for sure.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. I grew up a huge Kevin Costner fan. I just wanted to meet him. And here I was meeting him, about to go into a scene where we battle pretty hard. And afterwards, as he walked away, I was like, wow, I just met Kevin Costner. So that was a pretty cool way to meet him.
Even you get starstruck after you've had this long career in Hollywood already?
Oh, yeah, it's Kevin Costner. I mean, come on.
What's your favorite Costner movie?
Well, besides Draft Day, it's got to be Bull Durham. I mean, I think that was the first one I remember seeing and really just kind of recognizing. But, there was Open Range, I think, is a movie that, a lot of people haven't seen. And Dances with Wolves, obviously.
Won the Oscar.
Yeah.
For sure. One thing that I noticed he was saying in some of his interviews leading up to the Draft Day release, they were talking about him being in all these iconic sports movies. And he said, really, sports movies shouldn't be that much about sports.
Right.
And so how does that come to fruition in Draft Day?
It's true. It's a girl-guy movie. It's a story about a guy whose his life is falling apart, and he needs to sort of find his own soul and follow his heart in order to overcome the obstacles and get the girl. I mean, that's really what it is. Football is environment that brings all these characters together. But it is a character film.
In working with the NFL, how was that?
Well, I didn't work with them directly, but this is the first film that they've ever endorsed, and it allowed us to use their facilities. We were able to use the real uniforms for the Browns, which I think brings a level of authenticity to the film. And I think 80% of the film was shot at the actual facility that they have there. So, and we got to go across the street to film at the draft. So I think the fans are it's going to feel like a behind the scenes look at a day in the draft for sure.